Oh my Lord, take me home. Meet me at the bottom of the river. Yo, what's going on, guys? Mike the Explorer here. We're talking about some Walking Dead. Is Rick gonna survive? Is he gonna JSS just survive somehow? So let's really break this down. Let's get into this. So in episode 4, The Walking Dead, we saw Rick on the white horse, and just in the same way he fell off in season 1 on the horse, he fell off the horse in this episode. He unfortunately landed on the rebar right through his side, um, and yeah, it doesn't look good. Let's look at what we know. Okay, we know that next episode he's gonna get off the rebar somehow. Okay, probably just by himself, pulling himself up. I don't think someone's gonna help him. I think he'll do it all on his own. But we know that's not going to be his. He's not going to be eaten by walkers. We know that. Okay. Um, we know that he will be traveling by himself on horseback. He will be hallucinating most of the time. And by the way, that song from the intro that I sang, oh my god, such a cool song for next episode for the preview with him and Shane in the car and the whole song. Oh my gosh. But we know that Rick is decently far from camp. He's not close to anybody. We know he's badly injured. He has the rebar went fully through his body, so it's kind of like a gunshot wound. He has a hole in his body, and he's bleeding out. And he could be close by, but he's probably a good distance away. I don't know. I don't know how far, like the bridge area was from Alexandria, because that's where Rick was going to stop Maggie. So somewhere along the line, Daryl, passed that out and kind of led Rick out in the middle of nowhere. We don't know how far Daryl and Rick went, but I'm guessing they're at least a couple miles from camp. So, imagine walking that with an open wound and with a horse and everything, and walkers on your trail. We know that Rick's decently far, and he has no medication, no water, no supplies, no food. Um, so yeah, I think next episode, like I said, will be a lot, of course, about hallucinating, seeing old people from the show. Um, but could they really do it? Could they really kill off Rick? And is it possible, if that doesn't happen, that he could survive? So let's look at how it's possible that he could survive. Let's think about it. So the biggest theory going around now, the biggest fan theory, is that somehow Jadis, who in the last episode she left Gabriel, and her note, I don't know what the note said exactly, but it's something along the lines of she had to travel alone because she wanted to go fast. Okay? The biggest theory is Jadis somehow finds Rick along the road when he's injured, and she calls in her friends on the helicopter, and they come pick up Rick and take him away for however long that may be, a few seasons or whatever. Rick will come back. Season 10, season 11, Andrew Lincoln will come back, Um, I really hope that's the case, and that will be so awesome to see. But at this point, it seems more likely that he's going to be killed off this episode. They're bringing back all these characters. They're going through all this trouble to say it's his last episode. And they're just putting so much time and effort into promoting his last episode that, I don't know, it's just, for me as a fan, I don't want it to be true. I love Rick so much. I love his character so much. He means a lot to me personally in my personal life. I can relate to him so much, and I've grown watching his character, and I just don't want it to be the end. So that song I was singing in the beginning of the video? Take me to the bottom of the river, or something like that. So basically, this is the theory that the bridge that Rick is on with the walkers, we see in the preview he's walking alone on the bridge with the walkers, okay? People are saying that the bridge, because of all the walkers, will collapse, it will break, and Rick will be on the bridge at that time, okay? And then what we see is him falling off the bridge into the water. Okay, hence the lyric in the song, "Bring Me to the Water," or whatever, the river. He falls in the river and he floats away, and then we see maybe like a helicopter go towards that location or something like that, and just we don't know for sure if Rick is dead or not, but it's not set in stone, which is what people want for the most. But that could happen as well. We don't know. Like, we really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the fan theories are getting pretty good and they're pretty compelling if you think about it. Like, for example, with the helicopter. Okay, we first saw the helicopter reference back in season 1 when Rick saw the helicopter go flying over his head. Then I believe we saw that same like little flashback in season 2 of that same helicopter. Then in 3, the helicopter was used for the military dudes with the governor. And then back in season, was it last season? I think it was last season when we saw the helicopter again. Rick saw it flying by, and there was no explanation. And again, this season we saw it, and saw it, right? Last few episodes ago, and saw it. And then we even see it in the promo for next week's episode. We see Rick looking out at the hospital where he is hallucinating himself, and we see these birds flying around. We see these crows. And we saw the crows back in episode 2 or 1, I think 1, I believe, of this season. We saw the crows flying around. And the crows go flying towards the building that Rick is in, and they turn into helicopters. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems to me, why are they focusing so much on the helicopter thing? I mean, obviously, Anne is in cahoot with whoever is in the helicopter, the Commonwealth, the Whisperers, whoever. But, I mean, that's obviously where the helicopter is coming from. But why focus it so much on Rick, It makes me want to believe that, after all this time in the series, they've shown this helicopter, even before Anne was around, back in seasons 1 and 2. So why would they show it again now, just to have it be something different, I mean, I think the helicopter thing makes most sense for keeping Rick alive. I really do. Have him leave in the helicopter, and come back in a few years.